Superposition horizons, time, light, and the limits of knowing. Introduction. In my earlier video, Now is the Real Superposition, I described time not as a flowing entity, but as a construct, a record of what has already been measured. In this framework, now equals zero, and all information we possess is a reflection of the past. We measure events and assign timestamps. A day may be measured from sunrise to sunrise, from high noon to high noon, or by the precise oscillations of atomic vibrations. These measurements define what we know, but only insofar as we can observe. To know what lies inside a box, we must open it. Until we do, its contents remain in superposition. But what exactly is superposition? It is not contradiction nor confusion. It is the domain of the unobserved, the unrecorded, that which has yet to be seen. Consider the sun. What is happening on its surface right now is occurring in the same present we inhabit. The fact that we cannot observe it for 8 minutes does not make it less concurrent. Now is concurrent. We are constantly receiving data, waves of information arriving from all directions. Yet the moment we receive it, it becomes a measurement from the past. Now equals zero. Now equals superposition. Now is always zero. Now is always superposition. This essay will build on that foundation, first by examining the nature of superposition as a state of isolation, what lies over the horizon, around the corner, inside the box, or beyond the event horizon. Then, by revisiting Schrödinger's cat in its refined form, where the paradox dissolves and the timeline becomes recoverable. These sections will establish the central claim. Time is a construct. Now is a superposition. Only then can we ask the deeper question. If now is superposition, does it follow that when time equals zero, time itself is superposition as well? 1. Time as a construct. Time is not a substance. It is not a force. It is not a thing that flows. Time is a construct, a framework built from measurements of change. We do not observe time directly. We observe motion, decay, vibration, and transformation. We measure intervals between events. We compare one cycle to another. We record what has happened and assign it a timestamp. A day can be measured from sunrise to sunrise, from high noon to high noon, or by counting atomic oscillations. Each method is a convention, a way of marking change. Time is the ledger, not the phenomenon. This is why time is always retrospective. It is a record of what has already occurred. It is built from observations that have already arrived. If no observation has reached us, we cannot measure it. If we cannot measure it, we cannot timestamp it. If we cannot timestamp it, it does not yet belong to time. Time is not what is happening. Time is what has been measured. Time is a construct. 2. Now as superposition. If time is a construct built from past measurements, then what do we call the present, the moment before measurement? We call it now, and now is superposition. Superposition is not contradiction. It is not a system being in two states at once. It is a system that has not yet been observed. What lies inside a closed box is in superposition. What lies beyond the horizon is in superposition. What is happening on the sun right now is in superposition, because we will not observe it for another 8 minutes. The present is filled with signals in transit. Waves of information are arriving from all directions. But until they arrive, they are unresolved. They are unmeasured. They are unknown. The moment a signal reaches us, it becomes part of the past. It becomes a measurement. It becomes part of time. But until that moment, it is part of now, and now is superposition. 3. The sleeping cat. Revisited, we return to Schrödinger's cat, not to resolve a paradox, but to examine the asymmetry of superposition. In our refined version, the cat begins awake. If a particle decays, the cat is gently put to sleep for 40 minutes. At 30 minutes, the box is opened. If the cat is asleep, the observer waits until it wakes. This setup creates two distinct superpositions. For the observer, the cat is either asleep or awake, but unknown until the box is opened. For the cat, the world outside the box is unresolved. It does not know when the box will open. It does not know how long it has slept. It does not know whether it was observed. The observer's superposition is about the cat's state. The cat's superposition is about the observer's timeline. Each is isolated from the other. Each exists in a different informational horizon. This is not a paradox. It is a demonstration of how superposition depends on perspective. It is not a contradiction of reality. It is a partition of knowledge. And there is a moral to the story. Putting cats in boxes is an inefficient way to quantize atomic decay. There are better ways to study uncertainty. But the metaphor remains powerful because it reveals how measurement, isolation, and time are entangled. 4. Isolation at time. 0. If time is a construct built from past measurements, then what happens when measurement becomes impossible? Physics offers two extreme cases: traveling at the speed of light, falling into a black hole. In both, the past becomes inaccessible, information isolation becomes complete, and time, as a construct, begins to dissolve. The photon's journey. A photon travels at the speed of light. From its own frame of reference, it experiences no time, no aging, no delay, no history. But more importantly, a photon cannot receive signals. It cannot observe anything around it. Its light cone collapses into a line. There is no elsewhere, only forward motion. From the photon's perspective, there is no past to measure, no record to construct, no time. The cat and the horizon. Now consider the cat in the box. From the observer's perspective, the cat is either asleep or awake, but unknown until the box is opened. From the cat's perspective, the outside world is unresolved. It does not know when the box will open. It does not know how long it has slept. It does not know whether it was observed. The cat is isolated. Its timeline is suspended. Its experience is real, but unmeasured. Now imagine the box is not a box, but a black hole. The observer is falling inward. Spaghettification begins. The geometry of space-time enforces separation. Everything ahead stays ahead. Everything behind stays behind. Nothing intersects the observer's light cone. Like the cat, the observer is sealed off. But unlike the cat, there is no waking moment. No signal escapes. No measurement is possible. This is not just isolation. It is the collapse of time. There is no past to measure. There is only the unresolved present, a superposition horizon. Conclusion. We have shown that time is a construct, a record of past measurements. We have shown that now is a superposition, the unresolved moment before measurement. We have seen it in nature. We have seen it in the cat. We have seen it in the structure of observation itself. These sections establish the central claim: time is a construct, now is a superposition. And we have gone further. We have shown that when time equals 0, there is information isolation, no history to record. In these instances, time behaves not as a flowing continuum, but as a suspended framework. It becomes both a construct and a superposition. This is not a contradiction. It is a boundary condition. It is the moment when measurement fails and time as we know it disappears. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is there to see, it did happen in the past, but it did not happen in time because we have no record of it. Written by Raymond McGovern. If this essay sparked a thought or helped you see time a little differently, consider giving it a like. And if you'd like to explore more essays like this, subscribe to the channel, where philosophy meets physics and questions are always welcome.